Goes to the killer Ray boy, step like if you breathe too loud, you'll forfeit tonight. That'll spare a little song, got a J, go sprint, pop, think with me, and you're out of sight.
Ghost figure slashing in a zero trace line. I've been bending every rule in a war-born spine. If a king wanna roar in a weak man's shrine, I'll flip his fake clean in a killer Ray sign. Silent walk glitch in a deadlight spin. I've been shredding all doubt with a phantom grin. If a robber wanna chase with a ghost step in, I'll slice his pride in a razor thin. A ray coat carving through a blackout frame. I've been mapping every threat and it's still cut aim. If they mimic my flow in a novice game, I'll end they script with a ghost run flame. With a ghost run flame, with a ghost run flame, with a ghost run flame. Ghost to the killer Ray boy, step light. If you breathe too loud, you'll forfeit night. Don't spare lost souls, I don't gauge what's right. One blink from me and you're out of sight. Ghost to the killer Ray boy, step light. If you breathe too loud, you'll forfeit night. Don't spare lost souls, I don't gauge what's right. One blink from me and you're out of sight. Record line bursting in a warp cut dash. I've been ripping through field with a deadbolt slash. If a cowboy wanna test in a half gon' clash, I'll break his hope and the ghost collapse. Face shift coming in the night, born thread. I've been dancing through storms with a lost turned dead. If you pray for a break or my wrath is spread, I'll mute their breath in the shadow shed. Killer Ray Dutchin' in the code lays vow. I'll be forging whole fates in the death run plow. If they copy my step like they know me now, I'll fold their crown and offend them bow. Ghost to the killer Ray boy, step light. If you breathe too loud, you'll forfeit night. Don't spare lost souls, I don't gauge what's right. One blink from me and you're out of sight. Ghost to the killer Ray boy, step light. If you breathe too loud, you'll forfeit night. Don't spare lost souls, I don't gauge what's right. One blink from me and you're out of sight. One blink from me and you're out of sight. 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 You're out of sight.
Hágalo, es eso la case.
Yeah, it's okay, yeah. One cloak cataclysm, boy, don't cry. If you stand in my path, you forget your sky. I don't spare lost souls, I don't hear no lie. One slash from me, and your fate goes white.
Yeah. Wall cloud ripping in a void line tear. I've been carving through the dark like it's brittle air. If a king wanna roar in a dead man's lair, I'll shred his crown in the claw strike flare. Rift born static in a pulse cut stride. I've been twisting every truth where the beast reside. If a robber wanna chase with a half-grown pride, I'll split his fate in a warp divide. Cataclysm brewing in a breakneck fold. I've been bending whole storms like a myth retold. If they follow my step with a courage cold, I'll crush their will in a rift untrolled. Cataclysm, boy, don't cry. If you stand in my path, you forget your sky. I don't spare lost souls, I don't hear no lie. One slash from me and your fate goes dry. War cataclysm, fill my roar. I can tear your world through a phantom door. If you challenge my reign in a beast-born war, I'll break whole kings till they breathe no more. Claw line slicing in a chaos bend. I've been hunting every fear in a beast-born trend. If a coward wanna speak when the claws descend, I'll mute his hope in a dreadline end. Warp strike sparking in a night-torn loop. I've been shredding every law that the weak ones group. But they pray for a break in a ruin scoop. I'll drown their myth in a shock line droop. Cataclysm echo when a fang run trance. I've been moving every doubt in a beast work dance. If they mimic my step in a dead man's stance, I'll crush their pride in a warp advance. What cataclysm, boy, don't cry. If you stand in my path, you forget your sky. I don't spare lost souls, I don't hear no lie. One slash from me and your fate goes dry. Hey, what a cataclysm, fill my war. I can tear your world through a phantom door. If you challenge my reign in a beast-born war, I break whole kings till they breathe no more.
Walk like cataclysm, boy, don't cry. If you stand in my path, you forget your sky. I don't spare lost souls, I don't hear no lie. One slash from me and your fate goes dry.
Yo.
Black steel, humming in a pulse like sway. I be carving through the dark in a war-born way. If a king wanna roar in a rush cut play, I'll break his crown flat in a stillborn flay. Iron flag glitch in a deadline twist. I'll be shredding every doubt in the furnace mist. If a rival wanna bark with a weak man fist, I'll erase his hope in a blackout list. Ritual rising in a forge cut zone. I'll be shipping every strike to the saints dethrone. If they follow my step with a novice tone, I'll crush their myth in a black steel bone. Ay.
Rap your pulse ritual, boy, bow down. If you breathe in my field, better guard that crown. I don't spare lost kings, I don't play no clown. One glare from me and your fate shuts down.
Yeah, black steel pulse ritual, feel my heat. I can slice your truth in a furnace beat. If you challenge my reign in a dreadful street, I melt whole thrones in a war-born sheet. 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 Hey, pulse forward gripping in the shock line curl. I've been crushing every flaw in a molten world. If a coward wanna talk with a half-spent hurl, I'll mute his breath in a nine swirl. Black steel rhythm in a red line march. I've been tearing through storms like a furnace arch. If they pray for a break in a dead man's march, I'll scorch their will in a soot-born starch. Ritual echo in the warpath's gleam. I've been twisting every myth in a blast front scheme. If they mimic my step in a fractured dream, I'll fold their pride in a steel stream beam.
Black steel pulse ritual, boy, bow down. If you breathe in my field, better guard that crown. I don't spare lost kings, I don't play no clown. One glare from me and your fate shuts down.
Yeah, black steel pulse ritual, feel my heat. I can slice your truth in a furnace beat. If you challenge my reign in a dreadful street, I melt whole thrones in a war-born sheet. I melt whole thrones in a war-born street. I melt whole thrones in a war-born sheet.
Cromwell flicker in a blackout sweep. I've been covering through the noise where the dead don't weep. If a king wanna roar with a crown too cheap, I'm all this pride in a burst run deep. Overburst bucking in a steel cut coil. I've been ripping up fear with a 12-born boil. If a rival wanna chase in a novice toil, I'll crush this myth in a chromium soil. Bellway bending in a warline glare. I've been shipping every stride like a fault line snare. If they follow my path in a half made deer, I'll cage their fate in a metal layer. Cromwell overburst, boy, step slow. If you breathe my dust, better guard that glow. I don't spare weak hearts, I don't watch hope grow. One spark from me and your pulse runs low. Cromwell overburst, feel my steel. I can tear your truth in a taut bone real. If you challenge my brain in the battlefield, I shatter whole kings with the chrome cut seal. Metal storm drifting in a glare lean thrust. I've been warping every fault in the molten dust. If a cattle wanna speak with a cracked up trust, I'll mute his breath in a burst crush gust. Overburst humming in a dread cut twist. I'm slicing down lies in a torque forge mist. If they pray for a break when my wrath exists, I'll scorch their crown in a glare-born fist. Cromwell echo in a sharp pattern. I've been shaping new laws in a steel spark burn. If they chase my throne in a risk unlearned, I'll break their myth in a warhead turn. I'll break in a warhead turn. Cromwell overburst, boy, step slow. If you breathe my dust, better guard that glow. I don't spare weak hearts, I don't watch hope grow. One spark from me and your pulse runs low. Cromwell overburst, feel my steel. I can tear your truth in a tort born real. If you challenge my reign in a battlefield, I shatter whole kings with a chrome cut seal.
Yeah. Red line burning in a phantom stride. I've been splitting through the air where the lost ones hide. If a king wanna roar on the wrong side, pride, I'll ghost his crown in a mirage divide. Velocity shimmer in the glare cut zone. I've been bending every limit till the light gets cloned. If a rival wanna chase in a half-grown tone, I'll fracture his fate in a pulse unknown. Guess my ledge deep in a redstone frame. I've been warping whole myths in a five-born name. If they follow my step in a low-tier game, I'll blind their sight with a speed made flame.
Red line mirage gospel, boy, hold tight. If you look my way, better guard your side. I don't spare lost men, I don't want no night. One word from me and you fade from light. Feel my pace, I can fold your truth in a zero lace. If you challenge my reign in a high-speed chase, I erase whole kings without leaving trace.
Mirror split racing in a glare-born sweep. I've been carving every doubt with the visions weak. If a coward wanna rise from a nightmare deep, I'll shut his dream with a red line reap. Haze cut venom in a warpath surge. I've been sparking whole storms where the pulse lines merge. If they pray for a break when the shadows purge, I'll drown their hope in a glare front dirge. Get some fire humming in a saintless glow. I've been riding my low in a breakneck flow. If they chase my crown in a doom shadow, I'll fold their myth in a high-speed blow.
Red line mirage gospel, boy, hold tight. If you look my way, better guard your side. I don't spare lost men, I don't want no night. One word from me and you fade from light. Feel my pace, I can fold your truth in a zero lace. If you challenge my reign in a high-speed chase, I erase whole kings without leaving trace.
Hey, riot core surging in a halo sweep. I've been carving out storms where the dead don't sleep. If a king wanna roar in a crown too cheap, I'll flip his face flat in a riot deep. Sequence humming in a warborn ring. I've been bending every truth like a crowned off spring. If a rival wanna chase in a novice swing, I'll crack his path in a halo sting. Halo lights breaking in a pulse born fade. I've been twisting whole myths in a 5-cup braid. If they follow my step in a downfall raid, I'll blind their rain in a riot shade. Hey, I'll blind their rain in a riot shade. I'll blind their rain in a riot. Riot score, halo sequence, boy, bow low. If you breathe in my light, better guard that glow. I don't spare weak hearts, I don't let saints grow. One glare from me and your pulse runs slow. Riot core, halo sequence, feel my wrath. I can scorch your truth in the God-tier path. If you challenge my reign in the riot craft, I break whole kings with the whole aftermath. Core strike ripping in a saintless blast. I've been slicing down lies with a wrath too fast. If a cow wanna speak in a dead man cast, I'll mute his hope in a war-born past. Sequence fracturing a blaze while spin. I've been tearing up steel with a donker grin. If they pray for a pause when the saints cave in, I'll drown their pride in a halo sin. Riot light spinning in a dread front roll. I've been forging new laws in a firestorm soul. If they mimic my step with a novice scroll, I'll crush their myth in a holy toe. Ay, I'll crush their myth in a holy toe. Ay, I'll crush their myth in a holy toe. Fire core, halo sequence, boy, bow low. If you breathe in my light, better guard that glow. I don't spare weak hearts, I don't let saints grow. One glare from me and your pulse runs slow. Riot core, halo sequence, feel my wrath. I can scorch your truth in a god-tier path. If you challenge my reign in a riot craft, I break whole kings with the holy aftermath. Holy aftermath. Holy aftermath.
Yo, ayy, ghost about the slashing in a zero trace line. I've been bending every rule in a war-born spine. If a king wanna roar and a weak man trying, I'll flip his fake clean in a killer race sign. Silent war glitch in a dead light spin. I've been shredding all that with a phantom grin. If a rebel wanna chase with a ghost step in, I'll slice his pride in a razor thin. Every cold carving through a blackout frame. I've been mapping every threat in a steel cut aim. If they mimic my flow in a novice game, I'll end their script with a ghost run flame. Ghost step the killer red. Boy step light. If you breathe too loud, you'll forfeit night. I don't spare lost souls, I don't gauge what's right. One blink from me and you're out of sight. The killer ray, feel my mark. I can tell you truth in a phantom spark. If you challenge my reign in the dead zone dark, I erase whole kings with a silent arc. I stir. Vector line bursting in a warp cut dash. I've been ripping through fear with a deadbolt slash. If I come wanna test, then a half gon' clash. I'll break his hope and the ghost collapse. Face shift humming in a nightborn thread. I've been dancing through storms with a lost turn dead. If they pray for a break or my wrath is spread, I'll mute their breath in a shadow shed. Killer ray doctrine in a cold lace valve. I've been forging old fates in a death run plow. If they copy my step, let they know me now. I'll fold their crown in a phantom bow. Ghost vector killer ray. Boy step light. If you breathe too loud, you'll forfeit night. Don't spare lost souls, I don't gauge what's right. One blink from me and you're out of sight. Ghost vector killer ray. Feel my mark. I can tell you truth in a phantom spark. If you challenge my reign in the dead zone dark, I erase whole things with a silent arc. I stay. Walk cloud ripping in a void line tear. I've been carving through the dark like it's brittle air. If a king wanna roar in a dead man's lair, I'll shred this crown in a claw strike flare. Ripborn static in the pulse cut stride. I've been twisting every truth where the beast reside. If a rival wanna chase with a half-grown pride, I'll split his fate in a warp divide. Cataclysm brewing in a breakneck fold. I've been in whole storms like a myth writ told. If they follow my step with a courage code, I'll crush their will in a riff I control. Rock cataclysm, boy, don't cry. If you stand in my path, you forget your sky. I don't spare lost souls, I don't hear no lie. One slash from me and your fate goes dry. Rock cataclysm, boy, don't cry. If you stand in my path, you forget your sky. I don't spare lost souls, I don't hear no lie. One slash from me and your fate goes dry. Clawing, slicing in a chaos blend. I've been hunting every fear in a beast-born trend. If a coward wanna speak when the claws descend, I'll mute his hope in a dreadline end. Wolf strike sparking in a night-tone loop. I've been shredding every law that the weak ones group. If they pray for a break in a ruin scoop, I'll drown their myth in a shotgun droop. Atticusm echo in a fang run trance. I've been morphing every doubt in a beast break dance. If they mimic my step in a dead man's dance, I'll crush their pride in a warp advance. World cataclysm, boy, don't cry. If you stand in my path, you forget your sky. I don't spare lost souls, I don't hear no lie. One slash from me and your fate goes dry. World cataclysm, feel my roar. I can tear your world through a phantom door. If you challenge my reign in a beast-born war, I'll break whole kings till they breathe no more.
Chrome bell flicker in a black hole sweep. I've been carving through the noise where the dead don't weep. If a king wanna roll with a crown too cheap, I'll melt his pride in a burst, run deep over burst. Sparking in a steel cut coil, I've been ripping up fear with a torch born boil. If a rapper wanna chase in a novice toil, I'll crush his myth in a chromium soil. Bell wave bending in a warline glare, rubber shaping every strike like a fault line snare. If they follow my path in a half made dare, I'll cage their fate in a metal layer. Chrome bell over burst, boy, step slow. If you breathe my dust, better guard that glow. I don't spare weak hearts, I don't watch hope grow. One spark from me and your pulse runs low. One spark from me and your pulse runs low. One spark from me and your pulse runs low. Crumble over burst, feel my steel. I can tear your truth in a torque born real. If you challenge my reign in a battlefield, I shatter whole kings with a chrome cut seal. Metal storm drifting in the glare, he thrust. Stabber warping every fault in a molten dust. If a coward wanna speak with a cracked up trust, I'll mute his breath in a burst, crush gust over burst. Humming in a dread cut twist. I've been slicing down lies in a torque forge mist. If they pray for a break where my wrath exists, I'll scorch their crown in a glare born fist. Crumble echo when a shock path turn. I've been shaping new laws in a steel spark burn. If they chase my throne in a risk unearned, I'll break their myth in a warhead churn. Cromwell overburst, boy, step slow. If you breathe my dust, better guard that glow. I don't spare weak hearts, I don't watch hope grow. One spark from me and your pulse runs low. One spark from me and your pulse runs low. One spark from me and your pulse runs low. Cromwell overburst, feel my steel. I can tear your truth in a torpor ring wheel. If you challenge my reign in a battlefield, I shatter whole kings with a chrome cut seal.
Yeah. What? Overload charging in a shock fed breath. I've been walking through vaults like a bargain death. If a king wanna roar and a weak man test, I'll for this whole crown in a pulse press death. Type of line static in my warborn stride. I've been chewing up fear where the ghosts reside. If a rival wanna step in a void outside, I'll step it fake clean in a thunder wide. Shockwave humming in a lungless frame. I've been training every nerve in a lightning flame. If they follow my path in a novice game, I'll scorch their myth with a temple claim.
Overlung shock, temple boy, breathe slow. If you take my air, better guard that flow. I don't spare no pride, I don't let fear grow. One spark from me and your life runs low. Overlung shock, temple, feel my might. I can carve your truth in a static bite. If you challenge my reign in a demon fight, I blind whole kings in a surge born light.
Mantra in a vote run chant. I've been slicing down like a warhead brand. If a coward wanna talk with a weak command, I'll mute his breath in a shock demand. Overlung spiral in a red line spin. I've been burning through storms with steel cut grin. If you pray for a pause where the rights begin, I'll drown their hope in a surge born sin. Temple fire rising in a razor dark. I've been training in the dark till the saints go stark. If they shadow my step in a quake run mark, I'll torch their crown in an after spark.
Overlung shock, temple boy, breathe slow. If you take my air, better guard that flow. I don't spare no pride, I don't let fear grow. One spark from me and your life runs low. Overlung shock, tempo, feel my might. I can carve your truth in a static bite. If you challenge my reign in a demon night, I blind whole kings in a surge born light. I can go, I can go, I can go, I can go. Yeah, ayy, voice bang, ribbons in a shockwave bite. I've been carving through the void in a dead man night. If a king wanna roll with a half-grown might, I'll mute his crown in a soundborn strike. Protocol humming in a glitch cut real. I've been bending every law in a fang made seal. If a rebel wanna test with a beast reveal, I'll crush his truth and erupt your zeal. Static line whipping in a blackout frame. I've been shaping every pulse like a warhead game. If they follow my step with a novice aim, I'll drown their myth in a feedback flame. Ding, 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 I can go, ding, 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 ding. Noise fang protocol, boy steps off. If you breathe too loud, you'll be thrown aloft. I don't spare lost pride, I don't pull no love. One hiss from me and your heart beats off. Yeah, noise fang protocol, feel my gnaw. I can tear your will with a sound cut claw. If you challenge my reign in a beast born law, I break whole kings in a shockwave maw. Yo, Frangaline bursting in a pulse shock glide. I've been shredding every shadow on the weak man's side. If a coward wanna talk when the beats collide, I'll snap his hope and the noise divide. Oscillation flimmering in a deadlight drift. I've been cutting down lies like a warpath rift. If they pray for a break when the echoes lift, I'll bury their breath in a rupture shift. Protocol rising in a dreadborn spin. I've been forging whole storms with a predator grin. If they mimic my pace in a half-made sin, I'll fold their pride in a feedback thing. Noise fang protocol, boy steps off. If you breathe too loud, you'll be thrown aloft. I don't spare lost pride, I don't pull no loss. One hiss from me and your heartbeats are. Yeah, noise, fame, protocol, feel minor. I can tear your will with the sound cut claw. If you challenge my reign in a beast born law, I break whole kings in a shockwave mode.
And I'm real, get shit hard,
Dog, serpent sliding in a post-cut trail. I've been carving through the dark where the weak cards fail. If a king wanna roar and a dead man tail, I'll quill his fate tight in an iron scale. Shocked by glitch in a war-born dive. I've been splitting every fear with a venom alive. If a robber wanna test in a half-lit drive, I'll strike his crown in a one-hit hive. Doctrine deep in a thunder run creed. I've been racing through storms at a god's speed. If they follow my step with a novice need, I'll starve their pride in a serpent feed.
Voltage, serpent, doctrine, boys, stand clear. If you step in my coils, you'll forget your fear. I don't bless weak souls, I don't draw them near. One hiss from me and your dust turns sheer. Voltage, serpent, doctrine, feel my bite. I can carve your truth in a venom light. If you challenge my reign in a blackout fight, I drain whole kings in a shark-born
I'm riff whipping in a fang line twist. I've been slicing through lies in a crackdown mist. If a coward wanna talk with a trembling fist, I'll mute his breath in a venom list. Silver surge humming in a lightning roll. I've been crushing home mist with a predator's soul. If they pray for a pause in a blackout toll, I'll scorch their will in a thunderstorm. Doctrine flooding in a pulse wave band. I've been shipping new laws with the old ones end. If they mimic my path in the doom pretend, I'll snap their crown in a serpent ring.
Vulture, serpent, doctrine, boys, stand clear. If you step in my coils, you'll forget your fear. I don't bless weak souls, I don't draw them near. One hiss from me and your dust turns sheer. Vulture, serpent, doctrine, feel my bite. I can carve your truth in a venom light. If you challenge my reign in a blackout fight, I drain whole kings in a shark-born right.
Explode. Yo. Hex forge cracking and stillborn spark. I've been bending every fate in a room cut arc. If the king wanna roar in the fault line dark, I'll flip his crown flat with an impact mark. Lift lean tremor in a warp set swing. I've been carving out storms with an old chance ring. If a rival wanna strike with a half-made sting, I'll crush his pulse in a forge-born fling. Relay blowing in a shock front flame. I've been linking every strike like a warpath chain. If they follow my step in a novice game, I'll burn their myth in a hexbound frame.
Feedback, relay boys, stand true. If you breach my field, it'll fracture you. I don't grant no grace, I don't ask what's due. One chant from me and your bones undo. Hex for impact, relay feel my call. I can split your pride when the shockwaves fall. If you challenge my reign in a curse-born hole, I break whole kings in a one-hit mold.
Forge a fire whirling in the fan, I'm thrust. I've been tearing through lies in a room-born gust. If a coward wanna stand with a strong one's trust, I'll turn this hope into iron dust. Impact surge in a deathline curl. I've been racing every pulse in a spell-cut world. If they pray for a pause when a hex light swirl, I'll drown their breath in a shockwave furl. Relay hammer in a dread forge beat. I've been pounding whole truths in a molten seed. If they mimic my step in a doom retreat, I'll fold their fate in a curse repeat.
Hex for impact, relay boys, stand true. If you breach my field, it'll fracture you. I don't grant no grace, I don't ask what's due. One chant from me and your bones undo. Hex for impact, relay feel my call. I can split your pride when the shockwaves fall. If you challenge my reign in a curse-born hall, I break whole kings in a one-hit maul.
Ay, noise fang ripping in a shockwave bite. I've been covering through the void in a dead man night. If a king wanna roll with a half-grown might, I'll mute his crown in a soundborn strike. Protocol humming in a glitch cut real. I've been bidding every law in a fang-made seal. If a rival wanna test what the beast reveal, I'll crush his truth in a ruptured zeal. Static line whipping in a blackout frame. I've been shaping every pulse like a warhead game. If they follow my step with a novice aim, I'll drown their myth in a feedback flamer. Feedback flamer, feedback flamer, feedback flamer, feedback flamer, beep 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 beep. Feedback flamer. I don't boy step soft. If you breathe too loud, you'll be thrown aloft. I don't spare lost pride, I don't pull no loft. One hiss from me and your heart beats off. Noise guts off, feel my gnaw. I can tear your will with a sound cut claw. If you challenge my brain in a beast-born law, I break whole kings in a shockwave beam. Lean bursting in a pulse shock glide. I've been shredding every shadow on the weak man's side. If a coward wanna talk when the beast collide, I'll snap his hope in a noise divide. Isolation flaring in a deadlight drift. I've been cutting down lies like a warpath rift. If they pray for a break when the echoes lift, I'll bury their breath in a rupture shift. Protocol resonant in a dreadborn spin. I've been forging whole storms with a predator grin. If they mimic my pace in a half-made sin, I'll fold their pride in a feedback dinner. Feedback dinner, feedback dinner, feedback, feedback, feedback dinner. Feedback din, Artem. Boy, step soft. If you breathe too loud, you'll be thrown all off. I don't spare lost pride, I don't call no loft. One hiss from me and your heart beats off. Boy, step soft. Feel my knot, I can take your will with a sound cut claw. Every challenge my brain in a peace-born law. I break whole kings in a shockwave. I break whole kings in a shockwave. I break whole kings in a shockwave.
Black steel humming in a pulse like sway. I've been carving through the dark in a war-born way. If a king wanna roar in a rust cup play, I'll break crown flat in a steel-born flay. Iron flare glitch in a deadline twist. I've been shredding every doubt in a furnace mist. If a rapper wanna bark with a weak man fist, I'll erase his hope in a blackout list. Ritual rising in a forge cut zone. I've been chipping every strike till the saints dethrone. If they follow my step with a novice tone, I'll crush their myth in a black steel bone.
Black steel pulse ritual.
Boy, bow down. If you breathe in my field, better guard that crown. I don't spare lost kings, I don't play no clown. One glare from me and your fate shuts down.
Black steel pulse ritual.
Feel my heat, I can set your truth in a furnace beat. If you challenge my reign in a dreadfort street, I'll melt whole thrones in a war-born sheet. Pulse forward gripping in a shock line curl. I've been crushing every flaw in a molten world. If a cow wanna talk with a half-spent hurl, I'll mute his breath in an iron swirl. Black steel rhythm in a red line march. I've been tearing through storms like a furnace arch. If they pray for a break in a dead man's march, I'll scorch their will in a soot-born starch. Ritual echo in a war-past gleam. I've been twisting every myth in a blast front scheme. If they mimic my step in a fractured dream, I'll fold their pride in a steel stream beam.
Black steel pulse ritual.
Boy, bow down. If you breathe in my field, better guard that crown. I don't spare lost kings, I don't play no clown. One glare from me and your fate shuts down.
Black steel pulse ritual.
Feel my heat, I can set your truth in a furnace beat. If you challenge my reign in a dreadfort street, I'll melt whole thrones in a war-born sheet.
Overlong charge and a sharp fed breath. I've been walking through votes like a bargain death. If a king wanna roar in a weak man test, I'll fold his whole crown in a post-press death. Triple line static in my war-born stride. I've been chewing up fear where the ghosts reside. If a rival wanna step in the void outside, I'll snap his fate clean in a thunder wide. Shockwave humming in a lungless frame. I've been trending every nerve in a lightning flame. If they follow my path in a novice game, I'll scorch their myth with a tempo claim. Overlong shock tempo.
Boy, breathe slow. If you take my air, better guard that flow. I don't spare no pride, I don't let fear grow. One spark from me and your life runs low. Overlong shock tempo. Feel my might, I can carve your truth in a static bite. If you challenge my reign in a demon night, I'll blind all kings in a surge one light. Y'all blind old kings in a surge won't light. Y'all blind old kings in a surge won't light. Y'all blind old kings in a surge won't light.
Pulse ball mantra in a vote run chant. I've been slicing down doubt like a warhead grand. If a coward wanna talk with a weak command, I'll mute his breath in a shock demand. Overlong spiral in a red line spin. I've been burning through storms with a steel cut grin. If they pray for a pause where the rights begin, I'll drown their hope in a surge born sin. Temple fire rising in a razor dark. I've been training in the dark till the saints go stark. If they shadow my step in a quake remark, I'll torch their crown in an after spark.
Overlong shock tempo, boy breathe slow. If you take my air, better guard that flow. I don't spare no pride, I don't let fear grow. One spark from me and your life runs low. Overlong shock tempo, feel my might, I can carve your truth in a static bite. If you challenge my reign in a demon night, I blind old kings in a surge born light. Y'all blind old kings in a surge born light. Y'all blind old kings in a surge born light.
I look back, you know I got burst.
Right hardcore surgeon in a halo sweep. I've been carving out storms where the dead don't sleep. If a king wanna roar and a crown too cheap, I'll flip his fate flat in a riot deep. Sequence humming in a war-born ring. I've been bending every truth like a crowned off spring. If a rival wanna chase in a novice swing, I'll crack his path in a halo sting. Halo light breaking in a pulse-born fade. I've been twisting whole mists in a fire cut braid. If they follow my step in a downfall raid, I'll blind their rain in a riot shade. A riot core, halo sequence, boy, bow low. If you breathe in my light, better guard that glow. I don't spare weak hearts, I don't let saints grow. One glare from me and your pulse runs slow. Riot core, halo sequence, seal my wrath. I can scorch your truth in the god tier path. If you challenge my reign in the riot craft, I break old kings with the holy earth path. Core strike ripping in a saintless blast. I've been slicing down lives with a rap too fast. If a coward wanna speak in a dead man cast, I'll mute his hope in a war-born past. Sequence fracture in a blaze rot spin. I've been tearing up fear with a dawn cut grin. If they pray for a pause when the saints cave in, I'll drown their pride in a halo sin. Ride like bending in a dread front roll. I've been forging new laws in a firestorm soul. If they mimic my step with a novice goal, I'll crush their myth in a holy toll. Riot core, halo sequence, boy, bow low. If you breathe in my light, better guard that glow. I don't spare weak hearts, I don't let saints grow. One glare from me and your pulse runs slow. Riot core, halo sequence, feel my wrath. I can scorch your truth in a god-tier path. If you challenge my reign in the riot craft, I break whole kings with the holy aftermath.
Orthodoxy serpent sliding in a post-cut trail. I've been carving through the dark where the weak hearts fail. If a king wanna roar in a dead man's tail, I'll call his fate tighter than ion scale. Shock by glitch in a war-born dive. I've been spitting every fear with a venom alive. If a rival wanna test in a half-lit drive, I strike his crown in a one-hit hive. Doctrine X deep in a thunder run creed. I've been racing through storms at a god-tier speed. If they follow my step with a novice need, I'll starve their pride in a serpent feed.
I'll do some production, moist and pray. If you step in my cause, you'll forget a fear. I don't bless weak souls, I don't draw them near. One hiss from me and your dust turns sheer.
Vulture serpent doctrine, feel my bite. I can carve your truth in a venom light. If you challenge my reign in a blackout fight, I drain whole kings in a shock outright. I drain whole kings in a shock bone right. I drain whole kings in a shock bone right. I don't riff whipping in a fang line twist. I've been slicing through lies in a crackdown mist. If a coward wanna talk with a trembling fist, I'll mute his breath in a venom list. Serpent surge, I'm in a lightning roll. I've been crushing whole mist with a predator's soul. If they pray for a pause in a blackout toll, I'll scorch their will in a thunder stole. Doctrine flooding in a pulse wave bend. I've been shipping new laws with the old ones end. If they mimic my path, then a doom pretend. I'll snap their crown in a serpent rend.
I'll touch serpent doctrine, boy, stand clear. If you step in my cause, you'll forget your fear. I don't bless weak souls, I don't draw them near. One hiss from me and your dust turns sheer.
Vulture serpent doctrine, feel my bite. I feel my bite. Ay. I can carve your truth in a venom light. In a venom light. Ay. If you challenge my reign in a blackout fight, I drain whole kings in a shock bone right. I drain whole kings in a shock bone right. I drain whole kings in a shock bone right. Yeah.
X-Forge impact relay boy, stand true. If you breach my field, it'll fracture you. I don't grant no grace, I don't ask what's dues do. One chant from me and your bones undo.
Hexforge impact relay, boy, stand true. If you breach my field, it'll fracture you. I don't grant no grace, I don't ask what's due. One chant from me and your bones undo.
X-Forge impact relay boy, stand true. If you breach my field, it'll fracture you. I don't grant no grace, I don't ask what's dues do. One chant from me and your bones undo. X-Forge cracking a stillborn spark. I've been bending every fade in the room, cut art. If a king wanna roar in the fault line dark, I'll flip his crown flat with an impact mark. Lifting tremor in a warp set swing. I've been covering out storms with an old chance ring. If a rebel wanna strike with a half-made sting, I'll crush his pulse in a force-born fling. Relay blowing in a shock front flame. I've been linking every strike like a warpath chain. If they follow my step in a novice game, I'll burn their myth in a hex-bound frame.
Hexforge impact relay, boy, stand true. If you breach my field, it'll fracture you. I don't grant no grace, I don't ask what's due is due. One chant from me and your bones undo.
X-Forge impact relay boy, stand true. If you breach my field, it'll fracture you. I don't grant no grace, I don't ask what's due is due. One chant from me and your bones undo. Fortified willing in a phantom thrust. I've been tearing through lies in a room, born guts. If a cow wanna stand with a strong one's trust, I'll turn his hope into iron dust. Impact surge in a deathline curl. I've been racing every pulse in a spell cut whirl. If they pray for a pause when a hex light swirl, I'll drown their breath in a shockwave furl. Relay hammer in a dreadforge beat. I've been pounding whole truths in a molten seed. If they mimic my step in a doom retreat, I'll fold their fate in a curse repeat.
Hexforge impact relay, boy, stand true. If you breach my field, it'll fracture you. I don't grant no grace, I don't ask what's due is due. One chant from me and your bones undo.
X-Forge impact relay boy, stand true. If you breach my field, it'll fracture you. I don't grant no grace, I don't ask what's due. One chant from me and your bones undo. Whip, 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 whip,
line mirage, gospel boy, hold tight. Ay.
Red line burning in a phantom stride. I'm explaining through the air where the lost ones hide. If a king wanna roar on the wrong side, pride out, ghost is crowned in the Raj divide. Velocity shimmer in a glare cut zone. I've been bending every limit till the light gets cloned. If a rapper wanna chase in a half-grown tone, I'll fracture his fate in a pulse unknown. If the etched deep in a redstone frame, I've been whooping whole myths in a 5-born name. If they follow my step in a low-tier game, I'll blind they sight with a speed made flame.
Red line mirage gospel, boy hold tight. If you look my way, better guard your sight. I don't spare lost men, I don't warn no night. One word from me and you fade from light. Red line mirage gospel, feel my pace like a fucked up looking a zero lace. If you challenge my reign in a high-speed chase, I race whole kings might even chase.
Red line mirage, gospel boy, hold tight. If you look my way, better guard your sight. I don't spare lost men, I don't warn no night. One word from me and you fade from light.
Red line mirage gospel.
Feel my pace like a forgery truth in a zero lace. If you challenge my reign in a high-speed chase, I race whole kings without leaving trace. Oh, oh, oh. Mirage split racing in a glare-born sweep. I've been covering every doubt where the visions weep. If a cowboy wanna rise from a nightmare deep, I'll shut his dream with a red line reap. Haze cut phantom in a warp past surge. I've been sparking whole stones with the pulse lines merge. If they pray for a break when the shadows purge, I'll drown their hope in the glare front dirge. Gospel fire humming in a stainless glow. I've been writing my law in a breakneck flow. If they chase my crown in a doom shadow, I'll fold their myth in a high-speed blow, 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 blow.
Red line mirage gospel, boy hold tight. If you look my way, better guard your sight. I don't spare lost men, I don't warn no night. One word from me and you fade from light. Red line mirage gospel,
Feel my pace like a fold your truth in a zero lace.
if you challenge my reign in a high-speed chase, I race whole kings without leaving trace.
Wait, 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 wait.
Wait, red line my red line my red line my